The student program in Broken Hill looks like 1 day a week GP and 2 days a week within hospital. They have a full day of mandatory tutorials through ARCS, and then they also get what's called a clinical choices day. So that is an opportunity for them to seek out their own clinical opportunities. They can organise OSCE practice, simulation sessions, the list goes on really. There's so many opportunities in Broken Hill.
We have different blocks where we do rotations through different units in the hospital. Primarily, we spend most of our time in obstetrics, paediatrics, and ED, with also some anaesthetics time.
But basically, you're on one of those sort of blocks, and then around that as well, there is, opportunities for what we call clinical choices. So you have designated time that you can organise to do other things on top of that, whether it means, manage to talk to the right person, ended up on a flight with RFDS or sexual health clinics. And then we've got another day, usually at our regular GP place.
What I tend to do is to take a student and really work with them as a buddy. So I'll see the patients with them and wherever possible get them to do the procedures, really get involved directly. And that can be fairly simple, straightforward things, where it might be really complex resuscitation. And we have a range of things the students can do because we're a small department and it's a matter of all hands on deck. So they can certainly do cannulas in a very, very unwell patient. They can be doing CPR. They can be helping with taking blood samples and getting results. And where we have time, we'll discuss those. And we'll discuss the progress of the resuscitation with the whole team, including the medical student.
My involvement predominantly is support and teaching. So I teach the GP modules out of the Rural GP course. I also supervise students in clinics. I have 2 students per week at present come and sit in with me 1 day per week. And then from a general point of view is helping them with OSCE practice, going over any issues that they may have academically and covering off the course material and helping them prep obviously for their final exams at the end of the year.
Yeah, so I guess my role is half-time in general practice, and then I spend the rest of my time up here at the uni. I guess my role with them is to be available, to supervise the program. I run some tutorials from time to time, and I guess just being available. So if they've got any concerns or they just want to come have a chat about stuff, they know where I am.
So we have a program that we run every Thursday afternoon called Enrich. So it's an interprofessional learning session, which all the students really love. The sessions vary from plastering, suturing, world religion. So all students that are on placement participate. So there'll be a broad range of students from all different universities.
And not only do you get to learn with these people, you also get to do a bit of teaching. I find that there's sessions that we don't know a lot about. For example, we did eating disorders, and social workers and dietitians were able to teach us so much. And then last week we did plastering, and so we got to actually just teach them how to put a plaster on, something that we're professional at, but something we've done before and they haven't been able to do. So it's great to be able to kind of learn from your peers and get that teaching from them.
I think I picked Broken Hill because it looked the most outside of my comfort zone in terms of, I kind of already know that I like wine regions. I grew up near the Barossa. I already know I like the beach. I was like, let's see what it's like living out in Whoop Whoop, where you're sort of isolated from everyone. And let's see if I learn to enjoy the beauty of the desert. And it's beautiful out here. Road tripping and camping and stuff has been awesome. But yeah, I think that it was the most outside of my comfort zone, and I do not regret it at all.
I originally came to do a short locum stint about 2 years ago, and that was on the basis that I had been a university student here with UDRH almost 12 years ago, and so that's what attracted me to come back to Broken Hill. So this period now has actually been a return to Broken Hill, but it all started as a university student here at the UDRH.
Yeah, living in Broken Hill is pretty good. There's lots of community events to get up to, lots of festivals, lots of extracurricular stuff like footy club, or I've joined a soccer club, also joined the orchestra and the choir as well. So there's plenty of community groups out there that you have to go and seek out. And there's also the weekly trivia, which is good fun.
It's great. It's such a good community. There's always events on and lots of different things to get involved in.
Adelaide sends up 4 extended clinical placement program students. So there's 4 of us in the little kind of bungalow housing they've got set up for us, which is lovely, very, very homely. And you sort of become family pretty quick. Everyone in the country has more time for each other. You see your clinical supervisors out and about, and it's just very easy to get set into the community and to feel a part of it.
I think on our first week here, we managed to meet all our supervisors before Laura could introduce them to us. Just at karaoke at the pub, which was kind of fun. It's great, you know, we live just behind the hospital, so you just walk up here each day, very chill. Like any sort of country town, 5 minutes to get it wherever you want to, whether it be, you know, the gym or the pub or hospital or home.
So when you come to Broken Hill, you not only get great clinical exposure, you also have great social experience. We have so many different events that come through Broken Hill. Monday Bash, Broken Hill Festival, cultural festivals, rodeos, gymkhanas. Honestly, you name it, we have it in Broken Hill. We've got great fitness facilities.
Yeah, I think one of the big reasons that I was excited to come out to Broken Hill was the fact that I heard that there was all these different students from all over Australia that come through fairly regularly. Yeah, so we've got a group chat that throughout the year, whether it's people on 1 week placements or year-long placements with us, there's always sort of a rotation of about 30 to 40, maybe, I don't know, people in this group chat at any one time that are always keen to do things and hang out. So it's been really cool getting to meet people from a variety of disciplines throughout Australia.
I think my personal favourite thing we've got to do this year is out to Wilcannia. We get to spend 4 weeks working in the clinic there, a nurse-run clinic, and most of the time it's just the medical students and the nurses. So you get to do pretty much everything, and it's so much autonomy, a lot of independence, and you get to call RFDS and enact the plans, and it's really, really fantastic. The community's really lovely, really welcoming. That's a really special opportunity. I definitely probably say from the clinical point of view, that was the highlight of the year.
You will get a much better, a much deeper and a much richer experience as a rural medical student versus a medical student in one of the large metropolitan centres.
If you think about doing rural, give it a go. Just embrace it for the time that you're there and get out of as much as you can, because it will pay dividends for you later on in your career.
If you come to Broken Hill, you won't regret it.
I would recommend going to Broken Hill because our supervisor here, Laura Mellon, she's amazing. The placements out here it's a lot more fun than Metro. You get to really get to know your doctors very well, and they get to know you pretty well too.
I would absolutely recommend it. There's so many opportunities. Everyone is so lovely here. My concern with other places was that there wasn't such a range of things to do, whereas here, being so remote, there's a lot of visiting specialists and whatever you're interested in, there's a way to get involved in it.
I just couldn't recommend it enough, and I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not going rural at the very least, and Broken Hill is the best spot to go in my opinion, yeah.
Oh, I've already been recommending Broken Hill. I reckon we got the jackpot here.